do.
Kevin Maloney, NJPASchoolSports.com, powered by Performance Spine and Sports Medicine, here with Trenton High head football coach Tariq Hallman. What's up, Tariq?
How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks.
As always, 6-2, man. This is a great time of the season. One final regular season game, and it's a great one. You get a team in Allentown, 6-2. Also, they're coming with a big win against Hopewell last week. So, what do you see when you look at those guys on film?
I mean, they're big, they're strong, they're tough, and they're really well coached. And Jay does a good job at making the most of his talent over there and putting them in positions where they can be successful. So it'll be a pretty big challenge for us tomorrow.
You guys have played some really good defense all season, but especially the last 3 weeks. I'm sure as a head coach, you love to see your defense kind of rounding their form at this point in the season.
Yeah, I mean, defense is always the key. That's where you always start. On defense, you look to play really well. And you look to be able to try to run the ball, and that's something that we try to build our program around. And my staff, Chris Franco, and the rest of my defensive staff are doing a really, really good job.
Your run game, very similar to last year in regard, there's a few guys that handle the football behind big guys up front, but Tommy Neal, Andrew Holt, and Samaj Willis, but those guys bring something different to a different skill set, so it's got to be nice to have those guys do what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they can hit it in between the tackles, they can bounce it outside and go, and Samaj is a young one, so Tommy and Andrew are kind of bringing them along. As the season gets better, he's progressing.
You lost so many experienced guys last year to graduation, and when you start this season, you're asking guys to do things they've never necessarily done, or the varsity levels are a bit quicker. So those guys have kind of picked that up, picked the varsity game up as the season's gone along. And that's another thing I'm sure you like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our senior class that we have that used to kind of being behind the scenes, and we asked them to jump out in front, and they've taken the ball and they're leading our program in the right direction, and that's what we look for. If you want to progress into a top-tier program.
Some unsung guys, because there's always a handful of guys that get that publicity, but a few guys off the top of your mind. I hate asking coaches this list because inevitably you leave someone off, but who are some of the guys that have really stepped up for you?
I would definitely say my entire offensive line. I mean, anytime you have multiple guys that are rushing for 100 yards over and over again, that's definitely a tribute to our offensive line. And Dan Riley was our offensive line coach, and at tackle you got Rudy Fan. Guard is Michael Whittington. He's also a captain for us. At center, Juan Encarnacion, who's a center last year. He started. Mike Wells at left guard, and then our other tackle is really been doing a great job too.
Your schedule, you play Eastern, you play RV. Did you guys play Lenape?
Yeah, we played Lenape.
You played Lenape, and it's very similar to Allentown. Those games begin the season, you look at it and it's like, man, we got to play these teams. But at this point in the season, they pay dividends because you're battle testing. You come into the playoffs knowing you can compete against big teams.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at RV and Lenape, and then upcoming with Allentown, and you also look at some of the local competition. Like Notre Dame is one of the best teams that we played against up front all year. They're good, and a team like Nottingham right down the street who's really good as well. So I think our kids are going to go into the playoffs after this game, which will have a playoff atmosphere as well, ready to go. So that would be a good thing for us.
You guys are currently, what, 5th in Group 4 Central?
Yeah.
Can that change at all?
I don't think if Old Bridge beats Piscataway, they could jump us and then we bump down to a 6th. There could be some jostling between the top 3, which can kind of change the matchups, but we're probably looking at an away game on a Friday night.
I guess the last thing is, what's the biggest thing you guys have to do against Allentown to come out with a win?
I mean, we just got to protect the ball, do what we do best, and play solid defense, and go out there and be able to handle the atmosphere and adjust and play well.
Tariq, appreciate it, man. All the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.